Have you ever wondered how our beloved video games came to be? Let's rewind to the mid-20th century, a time of innovation and scientific advancement. It was in the 1950s and 1960s that the first seeds of the video game industry were sown. The creation of games like Pong and other early arcade games marked the dawn of video gaming. These games, though simple in design, were nothing short of revolutionary. Pong, for instance, a game with nothing more than 2 paddles and a bouncing ball, captivated millions around the globe, creating a new form of entertainment. The simplicity of these early games was their charm. They didn't need intricate storylines or advanced graphics. They were simple, engaging, and fun. Their massive impact on society was undeniable, sparking a fascination with virtual play that transcended cultures and generations. These rudimentary games paved the way for the evolution of a billion-dollar industry. But how did we transition from simple arcade games to the immersive experiences we enjoy today? Well, the answer lies in the late 1970s and early 1980s, an era that witnessed the introduction of something revolutionary: home consoles. This was the time when video gaming began its migration from public arcades to the comfort of our living rooms. Let's rewind a bit to the year 1977. This was when Atari, a name that would become synonymous with home gaming, launched the Atari 2600. This console was a game changer, quite literally. It was the first successful console to use game cartridges instead of having games built into the console itself. This meant that gamers could now enjoy a variety of games without needing to purchase multiple consoles. It was like bringing the arcade home. But the rise of home consoles didn't stop there. Fast forward a few years to 1985, and we saw the release of the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, as it's affectionately known. The NES took the world by storm, not just with its advanced graphics and game design, but also with its iconic characters. This was the birthplace of Mario, Link, and Donkey Kong, characters that are still beloved by gamers today. The shift from public arcades to private gaming sessions was more than just a change of location. It signaled a fundamental shift in the way we approached gaming. No longer were games just a pastime to enjoy with friends at the local arcade. Instead, they became an immersive experience that could be enjoyed alone or with friends, without leaving the house. This shift also allowed for the creation of more complex and story-driven games. Developers began to see the potential of video games as a new form of narrative, a way to tell stories that were interactive and engaging in a way that no other medium could offer. The advent of home consoles marked a significant shift in the video gaming landscape. It was a shift that would pave the way for the evolution of gaming as we know it today, from the story-driven epics of the modern era to the promise of virtual reality and beyond. So, when did games start to look so realistic? Well, let's wind back the clock to the 1990s, a pivotal decade in the history of video gaming. This was the era when our favorite pixelated characters began to step out of their 2D realms and into a new, three-dimensional world. Leading the charge were consoles like the Sony PlayStation and the Nintendo 64. These weren't just boxes of fun, they were technological marvels of their time. They brought the power of 3D gaming into our living rooms, introducing us to a whole new level of depth and immersion. Suddenly, our video game characters weren't just moving left or right, up or down. They were leaping out of the screen, exploring vast landscapes, and navigating complex environments with a freedom we'd never seen before. This wasn't just a leap forward in graphics, it was a quantum leap in gameplay. 3D graphics didn't just change how games looked, they transformed how games were played and how stories were told. With the introduction of 3D environments, games could now offer multiple paths and hidden secrets, adding a new layer of complexity and replayability. Storytelling, too, was revolutionized. 3D allowed for more detailed characters, more expressive animations, and more immersive worlds. Suddenly, games could deliver cinematic experiences full of emotion and drama. Games like Final Fantasy X and The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, are prime examples of this 3D storytelling power. And let's not forget the impact on game genres. The shift to 3D paved the way for the birth of entirely new genres, such as the open-world sandbox game. It also gave a fresh spin to existing genres. First-person shooters, for example, became infinitely more thrilling when plunged into the three-dimensional realm. The introduction of 3D graphics revolutionized the gaming experience, setting the stage for further advancements. The 90s might seem like a long time ago, but the impact of that decade's 3D revolution is still felt in every game we play today. It was a game-changing era that truly pushed the boundaries of what video games could be. But what does the future hold for video games? As we venture into the uncharted territories of the gaming world, there are a few trends we can't ignore. Virtual reality is becoming increasingly prevalent, offering a level of immersion that traditional gaming simply cannot match. Imagine stepping into another world, interacting with digital characters as if they were right there with you. On the other hand, augmented reality is blurring the lines between the digital and physical realm, integrating game elements into our everyday environment. Think about your city streets morphing into a giant game board, or your living room becoming the setting of an epic adventure. And let's not forget about cloud gaming. With high-speed internet and powerful servers, physical consoles could become a thing of the past. Games could be streamed directly to our devices, providing access to a vast library of titles at our fingertips. While we can't predict exactly what the future holds, it's clear that the world of gaming will continue to evolve and surprise us. So, how far have we come in the world of video games? Let's take a moment to reflect. We've journeyed from the dawn of video games, a time when pixelated Pong was the pinnacle of interactive entertainment. Then we saw the rise of home consoles, bringing the arcade experience into our living rooms, and with it, an explosion of creativity and innovation in game design. Next, we entered the era of three-dimensional gaming, a quantum leap that forever changed our perception of virtual spaces. We marveled at the depth, the realism, the immersion these games offered, and we looked towards the future, a horizon filled with possibilities. Will we see games that can read our minds, games that are indistinguishable from reality? From simple arcade games to immersive virtual worlds, the evolution of video games is a testament to human creativity and technological progress. Who knows what the future will bring? One thing's for sure, we can't wait to play it.